What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. So I got confirmation that I could deliver this particular message. And this channel message I had been sitting on for a while, but now I got confirmation that it's supposed to be given today. So the message is: the truth never fears investigation. There are external beings, people, places, things, whatever. They want to know what's going on with you. Something has to be wrong with you in your perspective. They want something to be wrong with you in your perspective. They want how you see the world and how you carry on out in the world to be perceived as wrong. They feel they need multiple people to back up a narrative about you because it may help you think of yourself differently. So they're trying to alter your perspective by getting a group of people to share in their perspective, the perspective that they have outside of the one that you hold yourself. And they feel like if they get you to be a part of their group, they can alter how you perceive and operate in your world of reality. And so this also comes in the form of, and this is what I was picking up, psych examinations, because they want to shift the perspective of you being crazy. They want you to be like, you're crazy. You're crazy. You're having some sort of hallucination. You're experiencing psychosis. You're having a nervous breakdown or whatever. And this also goes to the video that I uploaded or premiered for today, this morning, because I had filmed that video like a few days ago, and I was sitting on that because I had to go and reevaluate it because Spirit was trying to tell me something in that video, but I wasn't really getting it clearly. So again, I had to operate under Spirit and let Spirit move me. So I said, in this, it says they don't believe that miracles exist, even when the proof is right there in front of them. Like the truth can be right there in front of you, and right there in front of them. They could be seeing it. It could be shown right there in front of them. But again, my confirmation said they have been in this space of lying so much that they even lie to themselves, that when the truth actually shows up, they believe the truth to be a lie. So it shows up in the form of visual agnosia, which is a neurodivergent disease. So it also can show up in the form of Alzheimer's, dementia, or toxic exposures. Um, they try to say it's from a pre-existing head injury, a stroke, but that's them operating from this um earthly realm. So again, I don't know if somebody is going to be able to understand what it is that I'm saying. I'm just putting a message out there. And they also suggest for you to have exposure therapy under their supervision, of course, because if they get a chance to expose you to something and treat it as therapy, and they're the supervisor and they're the guide and they're the mentor, they get a chance to say whether um your results are positive or negative. um they also want to figure out the things that make you you. How do you operate? Why do you think the way that you think? Why do you do the things that you do? But also what I'm getting is the fact that not everyone needs to know everything. I say this all the time. We live in a society where everybody feel like they need to expose everything about themselves. They need to show everything about themselves. Although, like the opening message said, the truth never fears investigation, but privacy is your birthright. Privacy is your birthright. You have the right to privacy. And in society, and a lot of people don't respect that. They feel like you owe them everything. But it's the humanity part. I hope I'm explaining this properly though when I'm saying this. Like humanity feels like you owe me. I need to see what you got going on. What you be doing behind the scenes. We need this footage, we need this, we need to put it like that. And then once they have it, they don't necessarily even be knowing what they looking at. That be the thing. Like they could be observing you, but they don't even understand what's going on. They don't understand the emotional functioning. They don't understand the mental functioning. They don't understand the spiritual functioning. Because in that, they don't even be understanding themselves. They be too busy focusing on other people and what they got going on and how they operate, instead of trying to figure out how they operate, how they think, how they feel emotionally, what their spirit is telling them. Some people are even coherent, and they even lack the mental capacity to be able to interpret what only God has the power over. Is what I'm saying. God is within you. And these are people that say, we have God in us, yet other people, let me see, like scientists say that these are the lies that we tell ourselves because we are gifted. It's something that we do to get attention, to make collective consciousness listen to you. And so that manifests as the form of what is called neuropathy, neuroplasticity, not neuropathy, neuroplasticity, where every lie that is told matters less and less. So, yeah, this message I don't know if this message don't gonna surface the people that it need to surface. I don't know. I'm just gonna put the message out there, and may God guide the people who need to hear it, because there are some people who have had experiences like this, and I have a personal experience with that, because from the experience of my mother being someone who battled with mental health issues. And to be honest, for the most part, I don't never really think my mama actually really had mental health issues. I think that my mama, and this is just me spiritually, God made whatever. But anyway, I believe that my mother had some sort of gift, some spiritual gift. First card out, temperance. Like she was an earth angel or something. My mama could see a person and be like, something ain't right with that person. And then the next few days, that person will go to jail, get caught stealing or something. Or she can be like, I don't want y'all to go to that place. I don't want y'all with those people. I don't want y'all in that environment. And then the next few days, something happened to the environment. That place either get burnt down. Like one time a place got burnt down. One time a place got robbed. One time somebody had a shootout in that place. And my mama was never freaking wrong. She was dating this guy one time where the minute she broke up with him, she had a dream. She woke up the next day. She was like, he gonna go to jail. The next few months passed. This man ended up going to jail for murdering somebody. Like that's just a few of the things. Like I just always felt like I always felt like we couldn't get nothing over our mama. Because you could never tell a lie to her, because she would always know if your ass was lying or not anyway. So she'll be like, you can't hide nothing from me. But again, that's just the energy. That's the energy. Like, people have gifts and they can identify with what's authentic and not. And I feel like whoever it is that I'm talking to, this is you. You have a gift, you have a skill, you have a talent, you have an ability. You don't know how to translate it to the other people around you. But Spirit is saying those people don't need to understand what kind of gift you have. That gift is for you. And when it is time for you to operate under that gift, to allow that gift to serve its purpose, then you will interact with the people that need to know that information. You understand what I'm saying? So, first card out, we got Temperance. Patience. I also feel like you need to be patient in a situation, circumstance, or condition. Like, things are operating in the ways in which it's supposed to be operating. There's also going to be some equal give and take. That's what I'm getting. Let's see. Justice. All right. The cosmic scales are balancing. Justice card. So again, I feel like if you feel like you're in this space of these people trying to make me out to be crazy, they don't understand what's going on with me. They trying to make it something that is actually really not. Spirit is saying justice will be had. Justice is being worked on behind the scenes. That's what I'm getting. Ooh. And this comes out in the positive vibration. Like, they feel trapped, they feel restricted, they feel worried. Because this is what they want you to feel like, but this is how they look. They're operating like that because they want you to look like that. But Spirit is saying, be patient. Justice is coming. You might feel trapped. You might feel restricted. You might feel in this energy of worry, thinking that, is it actually really going to work out? Is it going to work out for me? Because I feel like, okay, so this is the low vibration again. Dreamy prophetic loner. Budget, finances, planning. So I feel like somebody is like emotionally, to me, this is what I'm reading. I feel like somebody is trying to prophesy like some sort of like energy of you feeling trapped and restricted and worried. I feel like they trying to restrict your budget. They trying to restrict your finances. They're trying to restrict your ability to prophesy and speak over your own life. They trying to manipulate and triculate your emotions. And if this was in the positive vibration, they would be able to do this. But since it's negative, that means their plan does not work. They're being exposed. They normally would be where they would be a loner. They're being exposed. It's a crowd around. And it's not a dreamy prophetic loner. You're not a dreamy prophetic loner. That's just what I see. Now take out it applies. If it applied, it don't. I mean, if it applied, it applies. If it don't, it don't. If you understand, you don't. You understand. If you don't, okay. Maybe that message isn't for you, or maybe I'm not translating it properly for you. But it's not going to break or make or break me one bit. I'm just telling you what I'm perceiving from this stuff. So now I'm going to use my cards and see what come out, because this is more or less gonna give me more insight. Why should we be patient? Okay, so we should be patient because the Knight of Cups, a dreamer with a mission. Like, I feel like there is going to be someone who is, they may be this young person trying to come and offer you a cup of love. Or it could be not even necessarily like a cup of love or like a romantic. There might could be giving you something that can give you more emotional insight. They could give you an idea that can help you uh, make your dreams come true. Because they have a vision of what's to come. Something that could be emotionally fulfilling. That's what I'm picking up on. So you're being patient for this. And then justice, again, in the justice we have temperance. The temperance card up under the justice card. Balance, moderation, harmony, two worlds in perfect harmony. So I feel like, again, the scales are balancing out. Everything is balancing out. Eight of Swords, again. So we got, up under the Eight of Swords, we got the King of Cups, Ace of Stacks. So like I said, you could be manifesting or waiting for a kind, insightful, compassionate, profound emotional bond and an intuitive understanding, something that can help you understand intuitively what it is that you're experiencing. You can be experiencing mental cloudiness, because this is what I get in this card. It's not just, oh, you feel trapped, but like mentally you don't see another way out. So it may have something to do with how you feel emotionally. You may be battling with something on the emotional side. You may be feeling like you don't receive the type of compassion that you need to pursue life further. And you also could feel like, since what also came out with the King of Cups was the Ace of Stacks, financial gift, a chance for growth, prosperity. We gonna make it work. I feel like you feel like there hasn't been a financial opportunity that has been presented to you out of compassion and true insight. Like, you could be feeling trapped and restricted in the realm of finances, and you feel like you need some sort of compassion for people to understand that you are trying to manifest um, financial security for yourself. Because this could be this energy of, you have been patient trying to make this work, and you are in this environment where people are trying to make you out to be crazy. You can't even take care of yourself the way you want to, because they want to perceive you and make you out to be a fraud, a liar. They want to make you out to be someone who is a sponger, somebody who taking from the community and not really giving back. But it's like, how is a person supposed to give back if y'all are trying to come up against them? Y'all trying to make them out to be something that they're not. You're trying to make them out to be shady. You're trying to make them out to be a scammer. You're trying to make them out to be a liar. You're trying to make them out to be a fraud. You're trying to tell them that they don't know what they're doing. They can't accomplish the things that they want to accomplish, because you all are making this energy. I'm talking to the opposer or the opposition. You all are trying to make and create this energy of stuck in stagnancy and making this person feel trapped in their head. But that's coming There's somebody who is kind and insightful to tell you, block all of that out. That is not your energy. You get a chance to say, I get to accept or reject any opportunity that is being presented to me. That's also what this is too, to me. King of Cups, having the intuitive ability to say, I get to accept or reject any opportunity that is being presented to me. If is this opportunity going to be fully emotionally fulfilling? Is it going to give me enough, or is it just going to give me a little piece of change? Are you going to be trying to nickel and dime me? What's on the low vibrational end? Because that's also like what they trying to play in it. They over there trying to run the finances, run the budgets, running the plan. I'm also getting, these are the people that's always trying to push something for you to sell, push a product, push a narrative, push something, push some sort of because these is cups out here. So pushing something like emotional manipulation. They trying to pull you emotionally to try to get you to feel some type of way. They say certain stuff that get you stuck in your head, make you feel trapped, make you feel crazy, make you feel like this ain't what it is that you really experiencing, making you feel like you living in an illusion, making you doubt yourself, because they messing with your emotions. They don't make you feel fully supported. This is why you're feeling like you need some sort of compassion. Low vibrational end, Knight of Wands. Reckless. Reckless, fiery, energetic energy. An energetic new beginning. But also the Knight of Wands is just something they just be doing. They just be acting. Taking action. Moving from here to here to here to here to here. Coming in and out. Just doing stuff. With uncertainty. But I feel like that's what that is. They took action towards messing with your finances, messing with your budgets, emotionally manipulating you. I also feel like these people have been acting or taking actions and where you can observe and perceive them and their actions that they was taking was messing with you emotionally. And since there is no words or whatever here in this low vibrational energy, I feel like you was just going based off of what you seen and what you was thinking. How you was perceiving the outside world based upon how they was acting, the actions that they took, and how those actions, how you observing and perceiving those actions, how your observation made you feel. And not just how it made you feel, but what you envisioned for yourself based upon the actions of the others outside of you and what it is that they perceive to be, that you was able to observe and perceive them to have financially through what their actions and the plans that they set before you, and how much money if you do it this way, you'll be able to get this amount of money. And then this amount of money will be able to make you feel this type of way. But you might have to you might have to do it alone and all this and that. And they was making all of this stuff make you feel like you gonna be sitting by yourself. You might not have nobody to love. You might be in your head feeling like, oh, I don't have enough. Making you feel like, oh, I don't like my house, I don't like my cars, I don't like my clothes, I don't like my partner, because no man is better than a piece of a man, and all of this, all of that kind of energy. That's just what I'm picking up on. But ultimately, this is what you're going to be looking like, the 9 of stacks. Independent, self-sufficiency, fulfillment. I earned this and it feels amazing. This is your outcome. I feel like you're going to be working through all of this stuff. Working through all of the drama, all of the plans that the enemy set for you. The enemy, if there is no enemy inside of you, there could be no enemy outside of you. Let's just say that. Because nothing and no one can stand in your way, not even yourself. It is within your birthright to have everything that you deserve and desire. Nobody can stop you. So even when there are people who try to make you feel crazy for thinking the things that you think, or taking the actions that you take, and they try to make it like there is a right and a wrong, let me use myself as an example. I don't think that there is a right or a wrong. I think there is a this way or that way. But each way serves its purpose. Let's just say it like that. I have an awareness that there is a yin and a yang. I have an awareness that morality thinks in the ways of right and wrong. I have an understanding of that. However, I don't fully believe that there is actually really a right and a wrong. It's just like I don't believe that there are no superior and inferior beings. Like I just feel like people just be using that to try to make you feel less than. And even if you feel less than, you can categorize yourself in this label of I'm the victim. There is no victims and victimizers. It's only the roles that we choose to play. You either standing in your power and you making something work with whatever you have. You're appreciating what you have before it becomes what you had. You're choosing to understand that everything is always working out for you. That you're operating under the guise of the divine. That being in this energy of being trapped and restricted is an illusion. It's the makings of your mind. It's also the results of the beliefs that you have about a certain situation, circumstance, and condition. So you got to be asking yourself, what is it that you expect? You got to be willing to take the test. Because this is 3 of Wands: expectation, progress, foresight, planning for expansion. How do you want to expand? There is no right and wrong way in which and how you expand. You just take the results and you say, I like this. I didn't like this. I like this, but I don't like that. And I don't like this, but I like this. That's it. That's how I believe. Everybody believe differently. That's why it's called individuality. That's why the results may vary. Not everybody's supposed to have the exact same thing. Even though we are humanity and we're all humans and we all are the same, not everybody wants the same experiences. Not everybody wants their environment to look the same. Not everybody wants the same products. Not everybody wants the same results. Not everybody wants their partner to look the same. Not everybody. Some people might be okay with their partner looking and being a certain type of way, and some people might not be okay with that. That doesn't make it a right and a wrong. It's just this is what I like and this is what I don't like. It is what it is. That's it and that's all. That's calling a spade a motherfucking spade. What is it that you expect for your life? What vision do you have for your life? And we can't be in this energy of letting people take control of our minds. We have to be in control of our own mind. I say it all the time. You ain't gotta wait for a pastor. You ain't gotta wait for a preacher. You ain't gotta wait for a prophet. You ain't gotta wait for nobody to speak life over your life. You can start speaking life over your own life. People be giving their power over to people. It's an energetic exchange. Are you in agreement with the energy that is being exchanged with you? Are you in agreement with the energy that you are receiving? The words that these people are feeding you, that they telling you. And you ain't gotta accept what nobody say about you. Don't live your life in this space feeling like you gotta let whatever they say about you, it gotta be true. It ain't true because it ain't true if you don't want it to be true. If you don't believe that about yourself, then so it ain't true. It's a lie. But you gotta be in control of your own body. You gotta be in control of your own mind. All right. Boom. Exactly. It is not my role to make other people happy. It is not your role to make others happy. It is your role to keep yourself in balance. Temperance, justice, balance, moderation, harmony. It is your role to keep yourself in balance. It is your role to keep yourself in balance. When you pay attention to how you feel and practice self-empowering thoughts that align with who you really are, you will offer an example of thriving that will be tremendous value to those who have the benefit of observing you. You cannot get poor enough to help poor people thrive. You cannot get sick enough to help sick people get well. You can only uplift from your position of strength and clarity and alignment. That's just like people who want to make you out to be evil. You can't be the evil one if they don't perceive themselves to be the good one. And a majority of the time, the people who are perceived to be evil, they have some sort of eluded power over someone that is supposed to be good. And why in some instances they think and perceive or project goodness to be like vulnerable and weak and docile, and then even with the projection of narcissistics and empaths, that projection, like the narcissistic person is so horrible, so bad. But on a psychological level, the narcissistic person is just somebody who freaking knows that they can get away with certain stuff, and they know who to pick and who to choose as quote unquote their supply, their empathetic supply. They feed off of that person. That's just like in the sense of the trope of a energy vampire and all of that kind of stuff. Like all of that stuff exists so that there can be this perceived sense of harmony and balance, because they can't be light if darkness don't exist, and there can't be darkness if lightness don't exist. So all of it serves its purpose. It is what it is. Hence my thought process of there is no good, there is no bad, it just is what it is. There is no superior beings, there is no inferior beings, it just is what it is. There is no victimizers, there is no victims, it just is as it is. What role do you want to play? How are you showing up? If you want to perceive yourself to be poor, well, of course, rich people are going to be made out to be the enemy, because you cannot get poor enough to help poor people thrive. People who are sick want to feel better. People who feel better thrive in their feeling better. I hope that makes sense, but I'm not going to spend too much time on it though, because I kind of feel like I'm like overly preaching. And then this video is already like 34 minutes in. So That's how I'm going to leave it. I hope the reading resonates with somebody. I hope the message was helpful to somebody. If you watched it all the way to completion, thank you so much. Thank you for all your love and support. You watched and you came and you seen and you listened and you didn't have to. You're allowing me to entertain you with these ideas, my thoughts, my stream of consciousness. And I appreciate you for sharing your time, giving me a moment of your time. When in actuality, this is just me taking action and doing what I feel that I have available for me to do here on this planet. So, with that being said, I will see y'all in the next one.